My name is Obafemi Oshuro, and with me I have.
Ekunife
We are
edits.
here live in Asaya camp, to create a food forest. A food forest, a food forest is a kind of place where a food forest is a kind of forest that mimics natural forest. But the difference between a food forest and a natural forest is that a food forest, it contains edible plants, like edible plants that you can get returns from. Like you can plant trees like palm tree, coconut. It won't just be normal the casual trees that we have that will be there, but in a food forest you have edible plants in it, and that is what we've come to do here in Asaya camp. And this morning we planted palm trees, a lot of it, and this palm tree, it helps. It won't require a lot of input because it's a forest. It is something that will grow over time, and it won't require a lot of input, and that is one of the benefits of food forest. You don't have to put much money inside of it. It is self-sustaining, and you know it is self-sustaining over time, and it gives the soil nutrients back, like in exchange for what. So that is my little knowledge about food forest, and with me I feel she has more to say about it. Yeah.
Well, as my colleague here have said, food forest is like food forest garden, and it resembles the way we grow plants in a natural ecosystem. Food forest is self-sufficient agriculture. It enables us to grow different types of crops in one particular place, enable to maximize the amount of crop to be harvested. So, this food forest that we are here in Asai, today we planted palm kernel. Another time we'll bring another crops to plant. So that's what we are here.
And the major thing is that the trees and plants you plant in food forest, they help the soil, and it conserves water in the soil. So it is like give and take, give and take. So it's not just a one-way thing. So I will advise everyone, out there to venture into this. It is a long-term project. It is not short-term. If you just have a land that you are not doing anything with, that is just vacant, that if you don't want to sell, for the meantime you can also opt in into this. You can make a good food forest. You can plant palm trees, you can plant anything, you can plant cashew trees, a lot of it, and it is just a matter of time you make your money, and you are good with it.
Yes,
thank you so much.
It's a long-term project and short-term project, because if you ask me, food forest, you can also plant other crops that you can harvest immediately. So as you're investing, you're also making your money. When you plant the one of long term, then you input other ones that you can harvest immediately. So I think it's a nice idea to invest in food forest, because it will help you to utilize your land. Even if you don't have many land, the particular one you have, you can make use of them and harvest a lot of crops from it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, so Edith, can you tell me the ways you think food forests can, restore the land?
Well, food forest, as we know, is planting of trees and other crops. So the way food forest can restore the land is by one, planting perennial crops. Perennial crops are crops that can live and grow crop in multiple years without replanting. So by planting perennial crops, number one, perennial crops will help prevent erosion, erode the land. So food forests can help restore the land by planting perennial crops, which can help prevent erosion and erode the land. Then number two, cover crops like mint and clove. All these things can help protect the bare land, thereby restoring moisture to the land. And planting of nourishing crops like legumes, beans, pea, all these things can enrich the land without you using fertilizer on it. So food forests can help preserve our land and conserve our land, even enrich the soil without fertilizer. So,
well, that was actually a great point. I really love your point. And let me just add that Food forest, it helps to conserve the soil nutrients. Let's say you have a land that you've always that you've used over the time, and and it has lost its nutrients. You can also you can help the land, you can help the soil to regain its nutrients by venturing into food forest. You can just plant trees on that land, and planting trees, you won't have to apply chemicals or like herbicide, pesticide. It will those plants will grow naturally, and you won't have to involve yourself with any inorganic practice on that land. So planting trees, like making a food forest on that type of land, will help the land to regain its nutrients, and help the lost nutrients will come back, and it will also conserve the land. You get so food forest helps the land to regain its nutrients. So do you also have anything for me?
So what we are trying to tell is that if there is a land that is bare and doesn't have any nutrients, you can invest in food forests, whereby you can regain your nutrients and then conserve your money too. Because buying herbicide, pesticide, and all those things takes money and labor too. So with food forests, you are enriching your soil, you are saving your money, and you are making future plan. So Obafemi,
okay,
what's the opportunities in food forests?
Well, if you ask me, majorly food forest is just another source of income. And if you have money, maybe you have money and maybe let's say you have a land and maybe it is just there and you don't have anything, and you don't have any plan for it, maybe in the next 10 years, you can venture into food forest. Venturing into food forest, you just have to, like we established earlier, that food forest requires low capital, It's just the seedlings you need to get. You don't have to clear land, you don't have to buy chemical, you don't have to, you don't have to get any labor. Your own is just to, go to the land, just make like holes and plant them. Then when you are done with the planting, you just go there for maintenance to check if they are growing. That's the major thing. So food forest, like I said earlier, conserves energy. It is self-sustaining over time, and it requires low input. So now like I said, it is a stream of income. It is a stream of income. So like I said, that if you have a land that you don't have plans for, you can plant trees. Let's say you plant palm trees, let's say for 3 years. At the end of that 3 years, you can start producing palm oil. And food forest is also a kind of value addition. When you have a food forest, let's say you have palm trees on it, you make palm oil, you have palm kernel, and other stuff. Nothing is actually a waste on the palm tree. Or let's say you have a land that you plant cocoa. Now you can start selling your cocoa to those who are making beverages like Milo, Bonvita that we know today. That's that's also that's also one of the opportunities in food forest. Let's say there are a lot of things you can plant in a food forest. It is just that the only constraint about it is just that it takes time. It is not a get money like get quick money, like get money sharp. Like you won't get your money now. It is a long term investment. So that is just all I have to say. It is a stream of income. It is a source of income, and also stream of income. You can make it big and invest it. And it's also, it helps. It is eco-friendly, and you are doing a green economy, which is also very important for food security, SDG. It is one of the SDGs. SDG 2, zero hunger, SDG 2. So when you have food forest, on the long run, because you make your money, your input from the forest, you can process them, and it's a way of value addition, like I said earlier. So you're adding value, and also increasing income. So that's all I have to say about the opportunities in venturing into a food forest.
Okay, that's a quite great point that you said. But what I want to say in a nutshell is that food forests, if you only have one particular land, don't fret and say that you don't have money to invest or something. Do your food forest, plant the tree, like what we did today. You planted palm tree. Plant your tree, then you can put other crops inside that will help you to manage your land, and then you will eat from there. It's not more that you wait for years for it. Yeah, there are some trees that is there for years, then plant other ones that you can eat within some months. So it also helps, like I said, it helps like utilize your land, make use of it for maximum yield or maximum production. So that's what we have to say today about food forests and the way it helps to retain our lands.
And the opportunities in venturing into food forest business. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening.